Hello there, my name is Jonathan Beard. I'm the Community Education Manager here at Friends of Citrus in the Nature Coast, where we are helping people healing lives. We are a grief provider, providing help, hope, and healing to people in grief. And along with that, we provide educational workshops, currently doing a 5 Wishes Living Will series. You will find these on our YouTube channel at Friends of Citrus in the Nature Coast. And we encourage you to subscribe there, as well as checking out our Facebook page, Friends of Citrus as well. So we encourage you to do that. Today we're going to look at wish number 1 under the 5 wishes. And this wish deals with things that are very important to you as you are making decisions at the end of life. If you're ever in a position that you're unable to make decisions for yourself, then the 5 Wishes document provides an opportunity for you to designate someone to make decisions on your behalf. And that's exactly what we're going to be taking a look at today. Wish number 1 is the person that I want to make care decisions for me when I can't. This simply is a very important part of the process. Now, first of all, let me say that if you are able to continue to make decisions on your own, the good news is you will be able to continue to make decisions on your own. The only time that this will come into play is if 2 factors are true. Both actions must happen. That is, first of all, my attending or treating doctor finds that I am no longer able to make healthcare decision choices. And if the medical doctor, in her or his opinion, decide that that is the case, then the second action must also happen, and that is that another healthcare professional agrees that this is true. Only in that case, with the medical doctor signing off and another healthcare professional agreeing with that medical opinion, would someone be designated to make healthcare decisions on your behalf. It's very important, whoever this person is that is designated as your healthcare agent, because this is the aspect of this document that is a legal aspect, and it's an important part because the legal aspect represents what would fall back on the medical profession. So again, as you have this opportunity to kind of express your wishes as to how you want to be treated or not treated, and the person that you designate as your healthcare agent, it's very important that the medical profession follow those instructions that the healthcare agent provides. If for some reason they would not follow those instructions, that's where this document becomes legal, and there could be some ramifications and liability falling back on the medical profession. Now, first of all, let's think about the most important decision that you will make with this document. The most important decision that you will make as you think about what is going to be best in your situation, very simply, is the person that I choose as my healthcare agent. Now, you will hear different terms referred to in reference to healthcare agent. You might want to become familiar with those. Each are a little different in themselves, but for the sake of this time together, I'm just going to kind of put those terms out there for you so you're familiar with them, such as healthcare proxy, healthcare representative, healthcare surrogate. You may even hear the term durable power of attorney for healthcare purposes. That's important to understand that because you may be familiar with durable power of attorney for legal and financial purposes, and it's the same concept that applies. You know, if you have a durable power of attorney for legal and financial services, that they have access to your accounts, they have access to sign over anything financially or legally that needs to be done on your behalf, and when they sign it, as if you are signing the document yourself. Same concept applies when we're dealing with the 5 Wishes document with a durable power of attorney for healthcare purposes. And that is that any type of healthcare needs that you have, dealing with insurance companies, dealing with procedures, any type of treatments that you may need, that individual has the right to sign on your behalf. And when they sign, it's as if you signed that document yourself. So please understand, when we talk about the legal aspect of this document, it does not, I repeat, it does not fall back on the healthcare agent. Okay, you cannot sue yourself. And in essence, they become you because they'll be making decisions on your behalf. So let's talk about who that person is that you choose as your healthcare agent. First of all, you want it to be someone who knows your wishes, or someone who is familiar with what you have expressed in this document, as you will express that in wishes to and following. So you want to put down as much information as you can concerning this individual, their name, phone number, address, any contacts, Facebook, wherever they can be found, email. You want to be in position because, again, if they are being in a position to begin to make decisions on your behalf, that means that you're not going to be able to provide that information at that time because they're going to be making decisions for you. So you want as much information on this document as possible and put that down. You say, well, Jonathan, I've got this figured out. I got a son that lives up in New York, and he's very business-minded. He's actually in the medical community. I think he would be perfect for this. Only one problem with that. He's in New York, and perhaps you're not, okay? As we're doing this video today, we're here in Florida, Homosassa Springs, at Friends of Citrus in the Nature Coast, and that's a long ways off from New York. Now, granted, a lot of technology can take place, and there can be electronic signatures and approvals going back and forth, but I'm telling you, you cannot substitute for having eyes and ears on the situation. So you might want to reconsider that unless he's in a position that he could take weeks on end to come down here to Florida and to oversee your care. If he's able to do that, then that's a good suggestion, that he may be able to do that on a regular basis. So you say, well, okay, I have 3 children, and I really don't want to kind of create waves among the 3 children, so is it possible I could put all 3 children down as my healthcare agent? Yes, it is. It's possible you could do that. There's a place where you can put down your first choice, second choice, third choice. Now, you and I both know, out of your 3 children, that one of those is the most dominant out of the 3 children. And as long as you're okay with the 3 children getting together and the one that's most dominant making the decision on your behalf, then I wouldn't have a problem with that. Or if you know that you've got a dominant one, you might just want to go ahead and just designate them as the first choice, and knowing that they're going to be the ones that, in essence, will make that decision. Perhaps a surviving spouse, anybody that's there. Could be a friend, could be a neighbor, cannot be a healthcare provider, cannot be somebody that perhaps may be too emotionally involved. If you have someone that it's just too hard. So a lot of things to consider here, okay? Trying to figure this all out can take a little time. So take the time, and again, you want to talk to the person that you designate as your healthcare agent, because they could say no, all right? And if they say no, that's okay. We respect that. But then you go on to the next choice that you've made. So you want them to be in the know and be in a position they'd be willing to take that conversation forward. So when you are picking the right person to be your healthcare agent, there's several things to keep in mind. Again, if someone is too emotionally involved, there runs the risk of somebody putting their wishbone where the backbone should be. And you really want to be in a position that the decisions that are hard and tough to make can be made with somebody who's not putting their wishbone where their backbone should be. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean, very simply, it says, I know Mom said that. I know Mom wrote that down in the 5 wishes document, but I just can't do that. I just can't do that. Well, if Mom wrote it down and Mom wants it done, then she wants somebody to be her healthcare agent that's going to carry forth that wish. Someone who's going to be able to have a backbone instead of just, well, I wish this wasn't the case, or I wish we didn't have to make such a hard decision. The most important decision you'll make on this document is who you designate as the healthcare agent. So again, it's very important that they're in a position to carry forth your wishes. So taking a look at that, that's very important, to take a look at what would be helpful in that regard. Now let's take a look at page 5. If you happen to have a document, I might mention that you can pick up documents down here at the Wings Grief Center here in Homosassa Springs, Florida, off Periwinkle Lane. And you can get those documents, and we make those available to you free of charge. For any donation, we're happy to receive that as well. 5 Wishes document here on page 5 is a very simple document. And I love simple. I love just simply taking the time to dot an I, cross a T without having to worry about everything else that's involved. State of Florida, many other states across the nation have legalized the 5 Wishes document. It's very simple. You can cross things out that don't apply, and you can date and initial if you do that, and do that in black ink. So anything that you're reading through the document and you take a look at it and you say, nah, I don't agree with that, you can cross it out, put your initials, put the date, and move on, okay? Also, you can check a box expressing your wishes. So there'll be several places throughout the document where there's an opportunity that says, well, I want this type of treatment, I don't want this type of treatment. In certain cases, I would like for this to take place. In other cases, I don't want this to take place. So you simply just check a box. That is something that will be very easily followed by your healthcare agent. Or you have the third option of writing in your wishes. In fact, you can even add a sheet of paper to the document. You can even attach it or staple it in or make sure it's secure. And again, when you do that, always sign and date your name and the time so that it's very clear as to who put that information in there and the purpose of that information. It's very easily filled out, free of charge, no cost to you, and can be in a position that you can make this available to your healthcare providers. Your doctor, by all means, you want to talk to your medical doctor, primary care physician about this. You want to take this document with you when you go various places, being admitted to a hospital, emergency room, outpatient procedures. You want to kind of carry it with you as you would your health insurance cards and information that's there. So that's something to be very important to take a look at. So several things that take a look at as we move forward here, and that is, if I change my mind about having a healthcare agent, then I will what? Well, first of all, if you've already put out some prior information that's out there and you said, you know what, my circumstances have changed, this person's no longer active in my life and I want to kind of put somebody else in that spot, when you fill out this wish number 1 with the 5 wishes, then after you have done that and after the document is properly witnessed and signed, then you want to go back and destroy all copies of this part of the 5 wishes form. Now, again, each wish kind of stands on its own, okay? So you don't have to destroy the whole form or whatever the case may be. Just make sure that there's many forms out there that just deal with healthcare agent itself. So you can find that form out there that you maybe had previously that dealt with the healthcare agent, destroy those portions, and make sure that you have your new 5 wishes in place. Tell your doctor, by all means, any place that you've put that record, any place that's part of your electronic medical record, you want them to have the new information. So take this with you, have them scan it. After the document is filled out, Aging with Dignity has waived the copyright laws on that. So after you have filled the document out, then you can run as many copies of this as you want to take where you need to go. So after you have found your old documents, then write revoked on those, so that's very clearly expressed what your desire is moving forward. Any questions you may have, feel free to contact us here at Friends of Citrus in the Nature Coast, located down here in Homosassa Springs, Florida, coming to you from our Wings Grief Center. We want to be a help. My name is Jonathan. You can just call and ask for me, and we'll be a help as we move forward. Continue to scroll through the YouTube channel as you'll be looking for additional wish number 2 in through 3, 4, and 5, and then the conclusion to our material as well. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Melissa. I'm the Executive Director of Friends of Citrus in the Nature Coast, where we provide help, hope, and healing to all those experiencing grief. Our programs serve people of all ages and stages that are in grief distress through in-person, online, and telephone support. Everyone needs a little help navigating loss and difficulties. We provide a lifeline of support for all those experiencing grief distress. Your support makes our important work possible. Our team is here for you, and we are working hard at providing grief resources. Our work depends on your financial support. So please log on to our website, Facebook, mail, or call to leave your gift today. Thank you for supporting Friends of Citrus in the Nature Coast.